Welcome back to another episode and another campaign turn of 5 Parsecs from home. Yeah, Happy New Year, happy new episode. I hope you like it. You liked the episode so far, the campaign turn and the campaign turn 1 and the campaign setup. So I hope this is also to your liking. I tweaked a bit the video quality and audio quality. I hope it's still working. I'm still trying to set up and trying to learn some new stuff, so yeah, maybe next episode I will even do a bit better. When this comes out, I don't want to make any promises anymore because I will probably not keep them, so just watch and wait for the next episode. But nevertheless, let's hop into this campaign turn. This time we try to leave Kiki's sanctuary. Unfortunately, the whole planet has a fuel shortage, so we have to roll for the expenses to get the fuel. And we roll 3 credits here, which is the maximum, so we roll the 3, which would put us to 8 credits to travel. I think this is too expensive for now, so we stay at Kiki's sanctuary for now. So we stay at Kiki's sanctuary, so let's do some admin first. So we pay off 1 debt for the ship, and then we get back +1 debt to the ship because we still have debt, so the interest, I guess. And we have to pay 1 credit for the whole crew. So this brings us down to 14 credits. Let's hope that we get some more this time around. First off, with Dancer, we try to repair our shotgun that we found last time around. With my +2 savvy, I just need to roll probably relatively low to get to the target of 6. And sure enough, we roll quite high, so we get the shotgun repaired. And since Touchdown also has a high savvy of +2, I try to repair the auto rifle with him. Unfortunately, I roll a 1, which just completely damages, and it's damaged beyond repair. Stupid robot. So with Harrow, I venture out and trade a bit, and lucky for me, I get some fuel, so I roll d6, how much I get, and I get 5 credits worth of fuel, which is really nice because that offsets the whole cost of leaving the planet in the first place. I now only have to pay the fuel shortage, so it's pretty likely we're going to go to another planet next turn. And since this worked well, I'm also going to trade with Mole, and I get a stim pack with her. So I shuffle around a bit of the equipment. I give Harrow the newly repaired shotgun because he's anyway the close combat fighter, I guess. So I remove the colony rifle from him, and I also give him the stim pack because this allows him to survive a bit longer. And for Dancer, I give him a colony rifle so he can shoot as well a bit of range target. He only got his pistol for right now, so I guess it's a good change. And lastly, I check for any quests or rivals showing up. The target number is 1, so if I roll a 1 or lower, they happen, but yeah, I rolled too high for both of them, so nothing happened so far. Since I don't have any patron quests or rival, the only thing I can do here is doing an opportunity mission, opportunity quest or something like that. We roll pretty boring. There's no deployment condition, no notable sites, and the objective is just delivering something. So let's then see what we face here. We face Sandrunners. Fortunately for me, we only face 3 of them. Or 4 because the Sandrunners add 1 to the roll, and I roll 2 and take the lowest. So they are pretty beefy when it comes to brawling, so they just try to get into our close range and just eat our faces, I guess. So let's see how we can do 1-to-1 against them in the mission. The battlefield this time around is an old ruined city, or the remnants of the ruined city. The Sandrunners have built a nest there, which is in the center of the board, and we have to deliver a bomb or some sort of explosive payload to the center to destroy the nest and to get rid of the Sandrunners once and for all in this city before they spread out to populated areas and wreak havoc. The Sandrunners are split up into teams as per the rules. So there's a pack of twos on one side of the field, and on the other side, our 4 heroes are trying to get to this nest to blow it up. First up, we try to seize the initiative. So we roll 2d6 and add +2 to the roll because that's a savvy of either dance or touchdown. And if we get a 10 or more, then we seize the initiative and we can do something in the first round. So that's 9 plus the 2, that's 11. So we get to seize initiative. So for seizing the initiative, we can either do a shoot action or a move action for free, basically at the start of the game. But even Harrow, that's the fastest one, can only get 6 inches, and which is not really entirely going far. I think I'd rather keep back behind this ruin here, which everything, even though there is like things to see through, it's mostly like blocking, so I cannot shoot anything anyway. I don't see anything yet here, so I just move closer to here with which I am more or less allowed to move. I don't think they even, I mean, yeah, they can just move like straight up lines here and just get behind cover. I'm planning maybe to split the group more, but I think more or less like moving from here to here and then moving right along the whole thing to get to the middle. Dancer is, by the way, carrying the payloads to blow this thing up, so I have to keep him safe more or less. So with that, it is time for the first battle round. So initiative, or not initiative, like reaction roll. Again, I get 4 because I have 4 alive, plus I get an additional one because Dancer's still alive and he's carrying the communicate, which allows me to roll 1 more roll here. It is a pretty good roll, actually. A bunch of 2s. The 5 is probably pretty much useless. Everybody else, I think, yeah, has at least a reaction of 2, so I can activate everybody, which is nice, so I can get the first move here, which allows me probably to move further ahead. So yeah, I checked, everybody has, well, Dancer has a reaction of 1 and everybody else has a reaction of 2, or Harrow even has a reaction of 3. So everybody can go, rolled really well in this reaction roll. So I have this issue that I don't see really the enemies here. So I want to get behind this thing here. I mean, I could even try to climb it up. It has like a high perch, and from there I could probably see some things. Mole has a long range, well, more or less long range weaponry, which can do that. But I think with Harrow, I definitely want to go and dash ahead to get a bit of thing. He's really fast, so he can move 6 and then even dash for 2, so he could probably get to right here, to along the corner, so to rush that way along. And with everybody else, I'm probably going to try to move here. With those, I maybe go over here, although I'm then maybe a bit open spaced here, but yeah, I don't see the characters here, so I don't know that there's a threat there. So I think my plan for movement is, let's stop moving everything to move Harrow and Mole up here, which are my brawler, basically. So the question is, I mean, they can move 6 in total because they have a movement of 4 and can dash 2. I could also just go ahead and move them more into safety and just to get along this route here. Or I can maybe with, let's try something fun here. Let's move, yeah, let's say I can move him over here to move like that way around. And with him, I just move up here and here, basically halfway through here, which is the, so that I can get from here along around here to here, and I can maybe cover ground here, and he gives me like supporting fire for my move here. So that's, when I move through here, he can give supporting fire, whatever comes from here. So I think that's a good thing to do. So it is now the Sandrunners' turn. So these were probably moving around here, and these two are probably going around, moving around here to get into this position. So they have the profile beast, what that means they try to move from cover to cover if possible, and they have a special rule which is called leap. So if they're within 3 inches of an enemy model, they can basically like get in contact with them base to base immediately, like as a free action. So that's quite good for them. So, and they're moving really fast. So they're moving 7 inches. So if I measure like this, they can get at least here and move 1 inch. So let's see. I mean, that probably can get into 3 inches. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. So because I mean, this one can move probably up to here, and then move at least 1 inch here to get into within 3 inches. I don't think he can. I think he's lacking a bit or slacking a bit behind here. So this one basically moves over here, then moves a little bit of 1 inch here, and then he's within 3 inches of Harrow. So he does the free leap here and gets to him. So now he can do another action because he does a move action. He can still do an attack action. So now we can do melee combat here. So brawling or fighting in combat is a opposing roll here. So I roll for the enemy first. I get a +2 on it because I have a melee weapon. They all have fangs, which is considered a melee weapon. So I add +2 to the roll, which is a 1, which is a 3 in total. So now I roll with Harrow, and he also has a melee weapon. He has the boarding saber, which also gets me a reroll because it's elegant, but it's also a melee weapon, so I also get +2 on it. So if I roll at least the button, I'm fine here, which I do. So Harrow is seeing this thing flying against him and just defending against it. So I hit it, and he doesn't hit me. So now I can try to do damage against him. So I have a +1 on my boarding saber, which is quite good, and I have to roll at least his toughness. And he has a toughness of 3, so if I roll a 2 or higher, then I kill this thing that just attacked me, which is a 3, which is fine. So this means that the first enemy here is already gone. It jumped against me, it's just flailing around, and Harrow is just using his saber and killing it and doesn't have any of it. So the second thing here is the second Sandrunner. He can basically move as well here, but he's not within 3 inches, so he can like dash and then gets within the 3 inches and still goes into base-to-base contact. So this doesn't allow basically Harrow to shoot, but he doesn't want to, but the Sandrunner doesn't know, so they have to fight. I think I would even, no, I didn't know in base-to-base contact with Mole, so I could maybe even move around and give a bonus to Harrow as well. But I'm feeling quite confident with Harrow that he will shoot, or he will hit the little guy as well. Now for these two here, I don't think they can get within reasonable range of touchdown. So I guess they will probably not try to move as much into this open field here. They're still beasts, so they still try to move from cover to cover. So I guess they will probably move as well over here to get into here, to have this cover here, and be safe there for the moment. So should anything come around here, so which feels a bit doomy for him here, and they're in cover here pretty well. So touchdown couldn't even probably shoot even if he wanted to. Well, we'll see. They're in heavy cover, so it's probably quite difficult for touchdown to hit. So that's the end of round 1, I guess. So at the end of the round, we do a panic roll. So I roll 1d6 because one enemy died. On a 1 or 2, another one frees because they have a panic of 1 to 2, which is a 6, which they're fine. So we're in round 2 here. Again, I roll for reaction. I have my 5 dice. Let's roll the rest. Oh, that's a really shitty roll here. I only get 1, 2, so I can activate either touchdown, harrow, or mole, but not dancer. He has only a reaction of 1. He's pretty slow in that regards. So I think I'm going to activate harrow because he has an enemy right in front of him. So I think he wants to go first and try to kill that to be able to let the others move. So let's go ahead and fight with harrow. So harrow is here in combat, so I have to fight this guy first before I can move anyway. So again, it's a opposed roll. That's the same as before, so let's roll for the enemy first. That's a 3 plus 2 is 5. So I have to roll at least a 3 as well. Let's see here. That's a 2, so I miss, but since I'm elegant, I can roll again, which is another 2. So now the enemy has hit me, even though I attacked it. He retaliated, and now I have to roll for the enemy to see if it damages me. Harrow as well has a toughness of 3, which is basically the default toughness. The fangs of the enemy also have a +1 to damage, so I roll on a 2, and yeah. So this would mean now that Harrow dies. The fangs, the enemy bites into him and he's done so. But since it's Harrow and I've gave him a stim pack, what he can do is basically taking a stun instead. So Harrow is now stunned. So he can't do much more anyway, but at least he's not dead yet. So I can do this once per battle, basically before it goes out. I can save. So yeah, that's bad because now, yeah, I don't think that was a good idea. But let's see what I can do here. So that was my fast action with Harrow. It was a Hail Mary here to try to get rid of this enemy right in front of me. Now Harrow is stunned, so the enemy again goes to attack him. This is the closest one, so I guess he will try this again. What happens in this case is, because Harrow has a stun marker, this gets removed. But the enemy now gets a +1 onto the brawl roll, so this means he gets a +3. So again, it's an opposed roll, so let's roll for the enemy, which is a 1 + 3, which is a 4. So I have to roll at least a 2 to get a draw, which is a 4. So this time around, Harrow is able to repel the attack. And now I can try to damage, so I have to roll again a 2 or higher, which I do. So this one is now as well dead. But was this close? If we wouldn't have had the stim pack, Harrow would have died. But he cannot act this round as well, and yeah, that's a bit bad. Now these two are doing their things. So I think they're probably going to split up. One goes probably here, and the other one, yeah, let's see. As I said, they can move 7, which is quite fast, so they can even move around here. So yeah, I think this one gets over here with its 7 and dash. Shouldn't be an issue. Maybe it goes into here to get a bit more cover. So I cannot see through here. There is like a, yeah, the wall here is closed. I cannot see through here. And this one, as I said, I mean, with a dash, I probably can get around here. So let's move him maybe to the center of here. He's trying to protect the nest anyway, so it's moving it up here. So now it's Dancer's turn, so he can move a total of 6 with the dash as well. Because he cannot shoot anything, he doesn't see anything, so he just moves around here. I guess he just moves, yeah, around here, hugs the wall, tries to see what's coming out here. He tries to get into the middle to deliver the package. With Touchstone, I guess it's a similar thing here. As I said, he can move 6, so he probably gets... Why do I keep bumping this stuff? To over here, to basically give supporting fire to Dancer. Should anything come through here, he could shoot, if anything, but there is nothing, or at least they don't see anything. Harrow did already go, so he cannot do anything. So I think Mole is now trying to... Can she? I guess so. She can probably move around here. She is also quite fast, but I think even though, because she has to navigate along him, she could maybe get to over here. Unfortunately, she cannot shoot, but she can already see the threat here, so maybe next turn she maybe gets a reaction and can shoot. So let's move over here, because I think she will use as well her... I mean, even from there, yeah, I think she uses her dash and her move to get over there. So bottom of round 2, again, I killed one enemy, so I can do another roll to see. That's a 1. So an additional one is leaving. Yeah, let's see which... I think this one is moving away. The other one is trying to protect its nest. So there's one single enemy left. So we're in round 3, so another reaction roll here. Ugh. So I think the only one I can act is Harrow, because he has a reaction of 3, because I upgraded him. So yeah, let's move then with Harrow again to see what he can do. So because he's quite out of melee range, I guess he just moves up and tries to shoot the thing here. He has a shotgun with 12 inches, which should be more than enough here. So he moves up here and then blams his shotgun into this unsuspecting Sandrunner here. So the shotgun has 2 shots instead of just the 1. Unfortunately, he has a focused one, which means basically I can only shoot all the shots within 1 target, which is anyway moot because there's only 1 target here. Because it's an open field, I think I'm hitting on 3s here. Let me quickly check. Let me get the book. I think it's hitting, yeah, it's open, oh, it's within 6. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, that's close. That's completely within 6. So I get the roll a +3 here, or a 3 up on 2 shots. So one actually misses, but the other one hits. And now I have to roll again against his toughness. The shotgun as well has a +1 damage, which is nice. So on a 2 up, the last one dies as well, and that's a 6. So yeah, this one dies as well. And there is no reason to play further along in this mission. I killed everything, and it's no problem for Dancer to get to there and deliver the package and basically blow up the hole, close it down, so no more, or the nest, so that no more Sandrunners can get into the battle or into the field here, and these ruins are safe. So let's get to see what we have in the post-battle. So we don't have any rivals. This wasn't a rival. This wasn't a patron mission. So and this wasn't also a quest mission. So we immediately get to see what we get paid for. So we get 5 credits, which is nice. And the next thing is if we find something on the battlefield itself. So battlefield, I held the battlefield because I killed everything. So I roll the 100 and see what I can maybe get as well. So that's a 19, which means I get an usable good. Roll on the consumables table in the loot chapter and receive 1 dosage of the item indicated. So let's see what I get. So let's roll the D100 to see what consumable I get. I would really like to get a stim pack back because I just used it with Harrow. So if I can get it back, this would be nice. It is a 94, which according to the table is a stim pack. Nice. See? I'm not lying. Stim pack. Nice. Next up would be to roll for the invasion. We don't have an invasion threat, so we can directly get to some more loot. So let's roll on the loot table. So we roll first the D100 to see what type of thing we get. So that's a 31. 31 is a damaged weapon. I seem to get quite a lot of those. So I can roll twice on the weapon category table. So let's roll the first one, which is a 13. A 13 is a slug weapon. So I roll on the slug weapon table to see what type of slug weapon I get. A 14, which is a scrap pistol, which is damage. And then I roll another on another weapon table, so 91, which is grenades. That's interesting. How can grenades be damaged and then be repaired? Never mind. So let's, I don't think there's a grenade here. So let's see, I get 95. I get 3 dazzle grenades. Next thing would be to determine injuries. Since I saved Harrow from being a casualty, I'm fine here. So next up we get to the experience and character upgrades. So first let's do Harrow. So he didn't become a casualty, so he doesn't get an experience for that. We survived and won, so we get 3 experience points for that. First character to inflict a casualty. Since he did all the killing, yeah, definitely. So it's 5. Let's go to 4. I don't kill the unique individual. The campaign is on easy mode, that's true. So I get another one, so that's 5. And we didn't complete any quest here. So we can buy a bit more on character development here. He doesn't have anything left. I could invest more into speed here, or a bit more into toughness. I think I'm keeping these for these, so to either get a toughness or a luck up, because he is my melee character. I probably want to have him to be more tougher, so he is able to survive if he gets into melee. So let's wait on that for a moment. So let's keep this 5 experience point for him. And I do the others in one fell swoop. There is not much to do here because they all survived and won the mission, and the came in easy mode. They all get 4 experience points. So let's see if I can do something with that for each individual one. With the additional XP that I get from the last time around, I have 8 XP on both of them, so I can buy a bit more expensive stuff, so to say. I'm giving Dancer +1 reaction for 7 experience points from his 8. And for Mole here, I add an additional toughness, so she gets up to toughness 4. And this costs only 6, so she gets 2 left. Next up, I could invest in some advanced training or purchase some items, but I'm going to skip those. I don't think I need anything specific yet. I don't want to, although I have a lot of credits now, I think I want to keep this. So I'm now rolling for a campaign event, so I roll a D100 and see what event is befalling me. So that's a 22. 22 is an old nemesis has tracked you down. So I select a rival or I roll up a new one. And they will follow me from planet to planet. And they receive +1 enemy or +1 when rolling for the number of enemies. So yeah, I have now a rival that I need to roll for. And this rival is hunting me down, as it appears. Next up, we roll for a character event. Let's first see which character it befalls. Touchdown cannot be affected because he's a bot, so it's either Harrow, Dancer, or Mole. So on a D3. So that's a 1, so that's affecting Harrow. So let's then roll a D100 to see what the character event actually is. A 31. 31 is, it's time for a makeover. The character changes the clothes, hairstyle, or something else. Yeah, so these are only cosmetic. So they go out and get a haircut. Maybe the Sandrunner ate some of his hair or something like that. Or there was a scar or something like that. So he gets a makeover to hide this battle shame that he almost fall down or have fallen to the Sandrunner in the last battle. And with that, we conclude campaign turn 3. There should be a Galactic War progress check, but we don't have any invaded planet yet. So this concludes the turn. And we will see what we do next turn. Now that we have a rival that could hunt us down and potentially we have to battle them. But yeah, we see when the rush comes to it. But we're probably going to leave this place now that they have a lot of credits. So see you in the next turn.